Hello and welcome to
Good for You.
Good for you, man. Good for you. Good for you.
Good for You, a podcast about the things we ghosted, the purchases that haunt us, and the best products, services, and industry happenings in the wellness, well-being, and spiritual space. We're going to give you a healthy little dose of fun. We're going to talk about the things that are happening in pop culture, the ones that got away, the things in our cart that are haunting us or ghosting us, our strong opinions.
that are loosely held. We like to call this the Grext,
The group text.
the group text in your ear. So come say hello. Join us in the audio Grext, where friends don't let friends get
Scammed.
Check, check.
Check. Okay, cool. All right. Hi, Ethan.
Hey, Michelle.
You're not Wallace.
I'm not. How'd you know?
Wallace was sick this week, so we had to record remotely, and we were hoping we could do our taste test in person, but you're a stand-in.
Our award-winning taste test podcast begins now. Okay.
You can't replace Wallace. I'm sorry. I love you, but it's never going to happen.
I love you too, Wallace. And you, Michelle. All right.
Okay, so
What are we drinking?
everyone, this is my husband. We live together.
Yo. Sup.
Ethan Lipsitz, Elips.
Hey, good to know you.
And Ito is Ito?
Ito.
And Ethan is a beverage connoisseur. He's also keto.
Ito's keto.
Ito is keto. So I've poured you a beverage. It is in the ugly cup.
It's a very special cup.
It's a special cup, but it's ugly. Okay, cheers. What do you smell?
Chocolate.
Smells like chocolate
Cacao.
pudding. What's the difference between chocolate and cacao smell-wise?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I smell definitely sugar. I smell pudding. It smells
Yeah.
like chocolate pudding.
Yeah. It doesn't smell like a dark chocolate. It's a light chocolate. Ooh. Yep. Okay. It's got a little milkiness. The aftertaste is all chocolate.
I don't like it on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah. First off, we've got some artificial sweeteners in here.
What? It is stevia strong.
Yeah, there's definitely it's stevia
Boston
forward.
strong, stevia strong.
Stevia forward. I think this tastes a bit like the puddings I used to make with cacao and avocado
Interesting.
and
Interesting that you'd say that.
Lakanto.
Except not Lakanto because
Right,
you
it's
can taste the stevia.
Right. You're right.
Let me go get that bottle really
Erythritol.
fast. Do you have a guess as to what the main ingredients are in this drink? You've already named them.
Chocolate and I guess avocado and water. What do we got?
Yes. Okay, so our drink of the day is avocado coffee.
There's no coffee in here.
No, it didn't taste like coffee at all. This drink is called avocado.
Gosh, it is.
And we got the mocha version. It's cold brew coffee with avocado milk. Half of an avocado is in here.
Is avocado milk
half
green?
half an avocado of healthy fats. Okay, so not a whole avocado, half avocado in here. The first ingredient is avocado base. I can say you can taste that.
Oh yeah.
In a not good way. It doesn't. It's like a little. It's a
They
little.
didn't blend it right.
It's a little like an almost bitter taste.
It's when you're drinking avocado, you don't want to taste the avocado.
No,
I want to taste avocado in something
it's
like
a little
guacamole.
bitter. Yeah, it's not smooth. I would say it's not sweet, and then it's like pseudo sweet because
Right.
of the stevia.
Right.
Whoa! Hold on, we were wrong. Monk fruit extract is the sweetener.
Well, there you go.
There's not a lick of stevia in here.
I'm getting a little headache.
I don't like it at all.
Yeah, I don't love it. It's too chocolatey. I'd want more coffee flavor.
I was looking for a milky beverage.
Milky
Because
Betty.
we've had mostly fruity beverages on the podcast lately, and we were like, we got to go milky. And there are a lot of iced coffees with alternative milks, but not avocado milk. And I can say I know why.
Would we call this a malk?
It
or a milk?
actually, you know what, on their label, it says avocado M asterisk LK. Like
Nice.
milk is a bad word.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's all sorts of
Milk and
different-
fuck are totally the same thing.
Yeah. Right.
Out of 5 scoops of avocado, how many scoops would you give this?
I'd give it maybe a 2.
2 scoops.
I'm the type of guy. I open a can. I finish the can. Okay.
You're
Especially if
going
it
to
says
take this with
keto on
you.
it.
This was $5.
I'm not taking it with me.
You
I'll drink it later.
Couldn't be me.
If you like an avocado pudding, this is basically avocado chocolate pudding in a can.
I
It's
don't
gone
like it.
more milky, more creamy. Call me crazy.
You crazy girl.
Call me crazy, but I love a milky avocado coffee.
Well, thanks for being a guest, Ethan. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Stepping in for Wallace.
Hey, find me on the gram, everybody.
Oh my gosh, no self-promo.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Wallace. I miss you.
We're still apart. Goddamn COVID. Well, maybe not COVID. We don't
Hopefully
know.
not COVID. Just like being a human in a body.
Not a robot, turns out.
So frustrating.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was amazing. It was filled with experiences that I can't wait to tell you about. How was your weekend?
That's very vague. Mine was good. I was in Mexico City and I love Mexico City. It is wonderful. But also, I had a moment of, I'm doing mostly the same things I would do in any other big city.
Like eating,
Hashtag globalization.
drinking, going to cool little incense stores.
I could be anywhere, but it was great. I also heard that you got a certain psychic reading that I've been dying to hear about.
I did. So I have a dog named Bonnie, and I was noodling around on TikTok a couple months ago, and I saw this woman talking about her experience with a dog, like medium psychic communicator, animal communicator. And it was the best sales pitch, just someone talking about their dog talking to them, that I immediately booked a session. And the next session I could get, I probably booked this in like April, was last week. I can't remember the last time I had to wait for an appointment like that long.
Mhm.
So the anticipation was killing me. And so Ethan and I had this 30-minute appointment with this woman named Lily Ludwig. I'll put her link in the show notes so people can book sessions with her if they want. And so we popped on and we do a Zoom call, and immediately Bonnie starts yawning. It was like early in the morning, and Bonnie doesn't really do that. She's like, yep, she's ready. Like, we're already tapped in. She'll get into like a meditative state now, and she'll look a little sleepy, and just let her be wherever she wants to be. So Bon literally sat in her bed and made eye contact with us the entire time. And she was off screen while this woman was on the screen telling us, all about Bonnie. And we had all these questions because I adopted Bon from a high kill shelter in LA, and she told us about her past and like her mom and her experience. But we had a lot of questions because Bonnie
What's her past, though?
It was very traumatic. She's like, I have a lot of trauma because she was born in like a hoarder house. Then she was rescued and brought to a high kill shelter in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And she had puppies like on her first heat when she was really young. So like you could tell that she had puppies when I adopted her when she was like 11 months old. So we knew that there was like stuff that happened, but she has always been leash reactive with other dogs. She doesn't really like other dogs. So we wanted to ask about that and see if there's anything we could do to help because she gets really anxious. And Lily was like, Bonnie is not open to canine friendships. The door has closed on dog friendships for Bonnie.
Oh my God, just straight up do not consent to.
No new friends. Goodbye. But then,
Wow.
so like her personality really came out because I was like, oh, that's so sad. She's like, no, she doesn't really like other dogs because they have bad manners. They sniff butts for too long. And she's like, that's gross. You're being an animal. She thinks that she's a person fully.
Oh.
She's like, oh, I forget that I'm not a person and I love people. I forget that I'm a dog. But dogs are so annoying. And so we were like, okay, we get it. You think you're better than everyone else. And then I asked about like, does she like coming to the office with us at Second Home? Does she like going with Ethan to his studio, or does she prefer to be at home? Because gets very dysregulated when she's at the office. She told us. She's like, well, there's certain people I don't like at your office.
Name names.
I mean, I think I know who.
Bring the burn book out. Bonnie has a little burn book.
And she's like, but I like going to, Ethan's office because I have trauma and I get dysregulated. She said, I get dysregulated, and I just can't control it. And it's very stressful for me. So I know it's better for me to just be at home sometimes. And I like it. It's all good. I'm happy when I'm at home. It was so funny. And Lily was like, your dog talks like she's been in therapy.
Through osmosis.
And she's like, she's very self-aware for a dog, like saying all this stuff about whatever that she gets dysregulated. And so we also asked if she likes going on walks because she seems to really like whenever we take her somewhere, but she's so anxious when other dogs are barking and there's tons of dogs in our neighborhood. And this was the most wonderful thing that she said that I'll never forget. She said, I could like take or leave the walk. I like hanging out with you guys, but if I could have my way, I'd put all the other dogs in the garbage bin.
Dogs are trash. Humans are where it's at. I do not consent to life in this body. She's like, let me just be a human.
And she was like, I like the podcast studio. I like going to the studio because it's calm and it's chill and it's fun and I like it.
No new friends, good vibes only.
Yeah, exactly. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I was like, is this a scam? Do I believe in this or not? But Lily, the animal communicator, said a bunch of stuff that she could not have known about Bonnie and like how Bonnie acts and how Bonnie is. She was like definitely talking to the dog. She knew stuff.
So
Good for who?
good for him.
Good for you, man. Good for you. Good for you.
Last week, Emily Weiss, the founder and CEO of Glossier, announced that she was stepping into an executive chairwoman role. And she was promoting Kyle Healy, who's I think currently the chief commercial officer, to the CEO position. And there are like a lot of headlines that I don't agree with about the transition.
Which ones you didn't agree?
I mean, the gist was Emily Weiss has failed. She's stepping down, quote unquote, stepping down.
She's pregnant.
There's a lot there.
She's going on maternity leave.
She's not good at her job. This is like she's admitting that she's not good and that she's not a good founder. Death to the girl boss. This is the end of the girl boss era. I saw that on the New York Times. And I'm just like, do any of you understand how a startup works? It is very, very, very normal. In fact, I think it's honestly incredible that she made it this far as a brand new founder, super young, like 26. Not only did she take her company to over $100 million in revenue, which is insane, she also to a $1 billion valuation in less than years. And the fact that she had the skill to do that and like keep evolving is phenomenal, because those are two very different skill sets. Someone who starts a scrappy little young startup and raises money, $5 million, versus someone who takes a company to $1 billion valuation. That is crazy. And I think that she should be applauded, not like, basically shit on.
I found the New York Times one you're talking about. This is how out of touch I feel like the New York Times can be. The sunsetting of the girl boss is nearly complete. Emily Weiss, the founder of Glossier and a face on the Mount Rushmore of startup culture, will no longer be the beauty company's chief executive. That is not detailing one of the main reasons that she is taking time off is because she's about to have a fucking baby.
Yes. That she also obviously planned, because she went through egg freezing and very publicly talked about it. She is engaged to someone who works at Stripe. She clearly has thought this out. It wasn't like she got accidentally pregnant and was like, oh no, what am I going to do? And this totally blindsided her. She hired Kyle Leahy last fall, which means that this person, Kyle, knew that they were going to step into this role, and she's been grooming them for that position. It's all by design. People are so stupid. And
that we're still using girl boss is just the problem with this whole rhetoric anyways.
Also, she's 37. She's not a girl. She's a full-grown woman. Can we just stop with that? It's so annoying.
Yeah, I guess I saw some of the headlines I saw weren't as damning as that. They were like, oh, she's having a baby, she's going to take some time off. And they did fire a bunch of people, but so have so many other tech companies over the past
Netflix.
3 years, especially. Yeah, and recently. Yeah. It's this happens all the time. And the fact that it's made into this sensational story is just it sounds too simplistic to be it's misogyny, but it really is.
If it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's misogyny. Yeah, I totally agree. And I think a concept people don't really understand with a high growth startup is that it's literally a different business every 6 months. Yeah. And often your team reflects that. So you'll start with, your first year of business, a bunch of really scrappy people who work for you. And then as the business gets bigger and bigger and continues to expand, you want to find people that are not generalists, that are specialists, that can go hard on a specific task, because there's more of you, there's more money, and you're going to get better results. So you end up sort of having turnover naturally in a startup as it evolves. And the same thing happens with the C-suite. You hire more people who can be VPs. You hire more people who have more experience at a C-level running a bigger business. It's just that's what happens. And at a certain point, most founders of startups, the startup will outgrow them. Just it just will. That's just part of it. And I think it's really humble and admirable to be able to say, you know what, I'm not the person who can take this company to the next place that it has to go, and acknowledge that and bring on the right person who can do that. And when women do it, they're sort of frowned upon. It looks like it's a failing, but when men do it, it's thoughtful and so, incisive. And they're doing it because they're they want to go focus on another big dream or being a pioneer in another industry. And
Yeah.
it's just like, what is this madness? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
God forbid they try and birth a human also.
Right. Truly.
That part I can't get over. Arguably, it's a great time for her to step down. She's established such a strong brand. Sure, they've made some decisions where they were like, that's not the direction. They're moving back to focusing on e-commerce. I also saw that they're going wholesale. So it's like establishing the brand and securing that is what she was there to do. And now running the e-commerce aspect of it and going wholesale can be left to people who have done that before, which is exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. And retail, which is what Kyle Leahy's background is in opening these giant retail arms for businesses. And I would guess that in the next 2 years, they want to get acquired.
Yeah.
And that totally makes sense. To your point, like, yeah, get Emily out of there. She's not going to go want to work for somebody else. She doesn't want to do that. They're setting themselves up for acquisition. It's super smart. And I hope they're successful. And I hope she enjoys her maternity leave and loves being an executive chairwoman.
At this point, I'm sure she's used to these headlines happening all the time, no matter what she does. Meanwhile, she's sitting there being like, look at this healthy business I built later.
Yes. See you losers later. I mean, I don't know how healthy the business is, but hopefully it can get to the point where it is. She took it to the point she needed to. And it's no longer a startup that has to rely on investors. It's an 8-year-old business that's got to get revenue positive.
They need to just essentially get into Target now, which is kind of sad in terms of the original dream. Not sad because essentially quality wise, it's like a Maybelline that was just D2C.
Yeah. What is your dream for Glossier if it's not Target?
I don't know if I can see them at Sephora. I can see them at Ulta maybe. I don't know what my dream for them is other than to keep their own stores, open more stores that are experiential and keep kind of innovating on that front and stay e-commerce. I think that kind of exclusive, more boutique experience to me is interesting.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, this is my dream. Remember Into the Glass, their blog that started the whole thing? Like, they were the best curators of products. And I think the Glossier line is too small to like really constitute its own retail store. There's not that much to shop, and they don't put out new products all that often. Fair. I don't know if I like need to go to a retail store to like look at all the same sky washes. Like there's 5, whatever. But I think it would be so cool for them to like incubate or acquire small brands, and like put them in those retail stores. I don't know, Glossier is like French pharmacy, right? Like what if they recreated the French pharmacy idea via Glossier, but in the United States? Instead of making more stuff that maybe people don't need, like elevate those smaller brands, those indie brands, or just the like holy grail products that they talked about on Into the Glass. I think that's what people want.
I'm into this dream. I'd ride for that.
So who is this good for? Emily
for
Weiss.
her.
Yeah, good for you.
Great for the business, probably.
Yeah, I agree.
To just have some new direction.
And I think bad for Emily Weiss haters, because what are they going to do now?
Go find some other female startup entrepreneur to dish on.
Yeah, exactly. Well, good for you, Emily Weiss. Good for you, Glossier. We wish you the best.
Guess what? It grows the economy. Benefits everybody. Hurts nobody.
So, Kinzie, we could do an entire podcast about so many different things. I have so many questions, but we also want to talk to you today about traveling, your traveling wellness house of cards, because it is about to be a crazy travel summer for most people on the planet who are traveling. And we know that you love to travel and would love to know more about you and what you do and what allows you to travel. But we totally want to get into your wellness house of cards and what allows you to stay sane while you're living this lifestyle.
Yes, I'm happy to tell about that. So I'm a business coach. I do courses on branding and design and marketing, but I'm very much like break all the rules of how we're supposed to exist in that space. And so because of that, most of my work, all of my work technically is like virtual. So I do travel a lot. I've realized that like traveling is quite literally the only thing that keeps me motivated to keep making more money. If I don't have a trip planned in like 3 weeks, then I'm like, I have no desire to show up to work. So now at this point, I'm like, it's a tax deduction. I have to take that trip to like force myself to show up.
So smart. You have figured out your motivation, and that's all that one needs, really.
Yes. Kind of the weird thing about my travel house of cards is it's all kind of centered around sleep, because I love to travel, but I struggle so bad to get good sleep when I'm traveling. I've learned I do better in Airbnbs because I think it's like all the energy in a hotel. It's like overwhelming. I don't realize it. I mean, I love hotels. It's one of my favorite things is like a bougie hotel, but I can't sleep in them. So the things that I like bring the most when I'm traveling are all centered around that. So I bring an entirely separate suitcase for my weighted blanket.
Oh, hell yes.
And I also have another blanket that's like a miniature, it's almost like a baby blanket. I used to bring my pillow with me, but that little blanket, I find that it makes the perfect, you know, when you go to a hotel and like the pillows are either too hard or too soft. I feel like they're never right. But I've learned with this little blanket, I wad it up to make the perfect pillow. It's almost like a travel pillow of sorts. And then my weighted blanket, I just can't sleep without it. I have the heaviest. It's like 25 pounds. It literally feels like when you're under it, you can't move. It's worth bringing the extra check bag for me.
Okay. So you're a checked bag girly. You're not a carry-on girly.
No.
Okay, can we debate this? Because I feel so conflicted, and I'm often traveling with people who are shaming me, not naming any names, for being a checked bag girl.
Tell me the reasons to not have a checked bag.
Here's my thing. I am usually late to the airport because of my husband, I will say. I have anxiety, and I don't like when my bag gets lost. And I feel like I have some control over my bag when it's like with me, but it is annoying. Like, it's annoying to have to get on the plane early to like make sure your bag fits.
Yeah, I mean, the lost bag thing is the only argument I think I can get behind. And if you're like, I want to show up to the airport at the last minute, those are the two where I'm like, all right, you can not check a bag.
Wallace, are you the type of person that shows up last minute?
No, I like to be there.
I show up like 3 hours early. But the thing about losing your bags is I've heard that if they lose it, they reimburse you. They have to. It's like a thing.
Okay, I have a crazy story about traveling for work and my coworker losing his bag. We were flying to Monte Carlo in Monaco, very fancy place.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yes, epic place. I recommend everyone go. We're also flying first class. And we're excited because we're on a work trip. So it's fun, whatever. We get on the plane, we start drinking immediately. And I immediately, like before taking off, I accidentally spill a full thing of wine onto his lap.
Oh, God.
And so immediately we are now enemies. He tries to wash it off in the bathroom, no cigar. It's on his blue jeans. And we get to Monte Carlo and his bag is lost. And he just turns around and looks at me after we figure it out. And so he has to essentially go and buy a whole new wardrobe for this trip. And we're staying downtown where it's just Prada, Gucci. Like there isn't anything else.
Like, it's not, there's no H&M in Monte Carlo.
No. So, but he did find a Zara, which is the nicest Zara I've ever been to, and bought an entire new wardrobe for the trip. And once we got back, they had returned his bag to LA, but they also paid for everything that he bought on the trip.
Okay, that's cool.
I was like, you just got like a actually decent wardrobe. Sucks that it's Zara, but like still.
Called hard for Prada.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I heard. I heard on a podcast that a girl was talking about, she like went and spent $1,500 on new stuff and they reimbursed all of it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So it's like a win-win. Even if it's the bad part, you manifest a new wardrobe.
There you go. So you show up 3 hours early. You definitely check a bag. You have a sleep suitcase, which I love. What are you like? I can't travel without. What other things?
Okay, so also on the sleep note, I have the Skims Soft Lounge long sleeve dress. My friends refer to it as the sleep sack, and they hate if I put it on. Like, because if I get in the hotel and I put it on at like 6 p.m., I'm not going out because I like wrap it around my feet because it's like stretchy and long. I wrap it around my feet. It's the perfect thing.
Basically.
Yeah, it's a swaddle. Literally 100%. That's what it is. And I feel like it makes, if it's too hot, then you can just sleep in that. If it's too cold, it's making it warm enough under whatever blankets you're using. So I feel like it's the perfect temperature control. And it also, I hate sleeping in clothes normally, but I feel like it feels like a blanket. So it's like I don't have to be butt naked around my friends, but I also am still like looking gorgeous. So I never travel without that. And then the other two things that I always have is I just started it's called First Person Sunbeam. And it's just like it's another one of those like mushroom, microdosing things, but it's just for energy. And I noticed, I mean, I'm a projector. You're a projector too, right?
Yeah.
Michelle?
And Wallace is
and then
MG.
Wallace?
MG.
MG. Okay. So I like 3 p.m. on trips. I'm like done.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like
3
every
p.m.
single day at 3
everywhere.
p.m.
We're done now, right?
Laptops shut.
Yeah. So at that time on trips, when like I'm checking out, I just pop 2 of those and I feel like it is like the biggest life changer. I can instantly feel like a change in my energy. Yeah. Which who knows? I'm like such a placebo bitch. I feel like I believe everything. So everything works for me. But I've had my friends try them too. And they feel like the same thing.
That's a good just life mindset.
Don't be pessimistic. Be placebo bitch.
Be a placebo bitch. I believe in everything.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everything works. I'm just like, I don't care if it works for you. It works for me. I just need to get like sugar pills and put like sleep, happiness.
They actually have a brand like that. It's called like Placebo, and they just sell sugar pills and they still work. Even when you know something is a placebo, it often will still work. But where do you buy
First Person?
It's
just online. Yeah.
And they deliver to Utah?
Yeah. There's no illegal mushrooms in it.
Oh, okay. Got it. Because we tried to, like about a year ago, I wanted to write a paper on microdosing because there's all these brands, especially in Canada, that do microdosing with magic.
Like it has like psilocybin and stuff in it? What?
And and I was like trying to order all of them and none of them would ship to the United States. I was reaching out to people in Canada like, can you send me these drugs? And I was like, wait a second, that's really illegal. Probably shouldn't. Probably shouldn't, like, I don't know, implicate them in a crime. Especially across like borders. But I just like I want to go to Canada just to try all these like different mushroom brands because they're also beautiful. Like they're so I'm gonna send you some of them and you're gonna
please
we're gonna have to go to Canada together.
Yeah.
I ended up finding some that I had to like Venmo them this brand and
oh my gosh.
and they sent them to me and they were based in Michigan.
Did it work?
We both tried them, right? Yeah.
I remember that it was a gamble. Every day that I took them, I could either feel really creative and down to do a lot of work or like having an existential moment where I was like, I have to lie in the grass.
So like literally. Yeah. It was like hit or miss where and that just like does not work for me.
No, the inconsistency was kind of became like, whoa.
Have you guys ever done like just like straight up mushrooms? Like just chew them up?
Oh yes.
And you feel like those are those are more consistent than the gummies or same vibe?
I think microdosing is in itself inconsistent because especially if you're not doing it with if you're not measuring it, if you're just like, let me take a cap and see how my meetings go today, you just never really know how it's going to hit you. So not my thing.
Interesting. But I feel like it would have been, because I've never microdosed. I've only done like the real thing. And I feel like it would be more predictable if you were taking less. That's so interesting.
I've tried 2 different essentially people who are like measuring it out and made capsules and weighed it and everything. But I feel like the inconsistency for me is like the reaction in my body. So a mixture of what I've eaten, how I'm feeling emotionally, like just everything that's going on makes it a little bit unpredictable because, it's like the plant gives you what you need. And then you're like, but I don't want it.
Hold us up in a pizza and eat us. Hey, nerds! Guess who's got 2 thumbs, speaks limited French, and hasn't cried once today? This moi. I don't have any money, if that's what you're after. And I'm not one of those girls that...
Okay, so you've got your energy boosting mushrooms, which are totally legal. We're going to have to hook you up with some maybe illegal ones at some point. It also sounds like you travel with friends a lot. Do you guys go out and like party and do you have to do recovery? Because I feel like you're always working when you're traveling.
Yeah, my work schedule is very like a couple hours a day, no matter. Like I work on the weekends. I feel like that works easier for me than like committing to like a Monday through Friday. It's just kind of what's happened in my work schedule. But I'm not like a huge partier. I have a group of friends that like I do party with. And when we do, I feel like I go all in and I'm just prepared to feel like shit the entire time. Like I'm just an alcoholic for a week. And I get home and like I have to like, do a cleanse or whatever. But with my friends, we actually don't really party that much. I mean, half of my friend group just recently is like leaving the church. So they just are starting drinking like for the first time ever. Wow. And I've only drank for a couple of years too. So I feel like I never really it just hasn't been a huge thing in my life.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's never really caught on, especially since most of my friends were still in like the Mormon church. The only other thing that I do always have is, have you guys ever used the app Breathwork? It's like Breathwork, but there's no O.
Oh, cool.
I'm like obsessed with it. They have a bunch of different ones for like sleep, and they have this one called Energize 2.0. It's literally like at Disneyland, we were like standing in line, like doing this because we were exhausted. It's like a 2-minute, it's so easy. It's like 1 to 2 minute quick breaths, and you don't need to hear it. It's just like graphics on the screen that you follow. And it literally is, I mean, you know, breath work, it works, but something about having it in like an app where it's really easy to access and super quick. It doesn't feel like I have to like talk myself into doing a 15-minute meditation. I use that I can't remember a trip I've been on where I haven't like used that almost every single day.
Yeah, breath work is one of those things that when you have it in your back pocket, it's good all the time. You can use it anywhere. You don't need any props. It's all good. We like Open. Have you tried the Open app?
Yeah, I love Open. I love their whole like vibe. They're like, I feel like they're on a different level. Yeah. Do they have mini ones?
They've started to curate shorter ones. Yeah. I personally can't do a long. I think I've been traumatized by like 15, 20-minute breath work stuff where I feel like I'm being exercised. Yeah. I'm like, the demons have left my body, which is maybe a good thing, but
some of the demons want to stay. Like we have to have some of the demons there.
Like holding on for dear life. They're like, we're not leaving you.
Yeah. So anything under 5 minutes for breath work. No problem.
Yeah. And it's like we'll scroll on our phone for 45 minutes.
Exactly.
And like, so 5 minutes is like so doable.
Yeah.
Do you need a lot of time as a projector to recover after you travel? I feel like as I'm getting older, I'm 33. One of the reasons I started my own business because I just wanted to be able to like travel and work from wherever and not have to go into an office. But now I'm like, I need a day. I need 2 days maybe to just like chill and have some little downtime before I like enter back into the world. Or do you just like bounce back?
No. Oh my God. No, I don't even think I ever bounce back. Like, I think I'm constantly in a state of like, just like here. But I feel like the thing that's hardest for me with traveling is being around people all the time.
Yeah.
I am not around people I am like, I definitely am like very social in the evenings, but during the day, like I'm mostly alone most of the time. And so I feel like that's the hard thing with traveling is I'm around my friends all the time. And I think that's actually why I like working on trips is because I feel like it's like designated like alone time that I can't be bugged. But yeah, I feel like it's mostly just like introvert time of like, don't talk to me. I just need to like ground in my bed, taking a nap.
I like that reframe of going to do your work when you're with a group of people traveling as a respite.
I wish I was the type of person that was like, I still do my walks when I'm traveling and I do this, but I like don't. And so it feels like working is like a good routine to ground me where I'm just like, okay, I'm still existing in my normal life.
When you're planning a trip, are there any sites or ways that you find deals or things where you're like, this is the hack everyone should know about, but I also don't want them to know about it, but...
Have you guys heard of, I think it's called Pomelo? Pomelo, Pomelo travel. So you pay $40 a year. Okay. And they send out newsletters like multiple times a day of the craziest flight deals. This is how I got round trip tickets to Sydney next year for $117 plus like 50,000 flight miles. Insane deals. And it's on Delta. It's not like Spirit Airlines. Yeah. Like they're like the higher end airlines. But we booked flights to Hawaii round trip for like $200 each. It's just like crazy. And I love it because I feel like it's overwhelming to be like, where do I want to travel next? But if I have like, it's like I get an email. I just feel like it works easier for me. And I'm splenic authority. So I feel like I can see the email and I'm like, yep, that's it. Like, I feel like it encourages me to go to new places because I would never be like, I want to go to Sydney. But like seeing that, I was like, I can't say no. So I feel like it adds a little bit of element of novelty too, to how I'm booking.
Hot tip.
I like that. My most life-changing trip was a trip to Ibiza that I took by myself that I found like round trip $300 tickets to go to Ibiza like at the end of the summer. I would never go there. I'm not like, I didn't want to like go party. And I just ended up buying these tickets and it was truly like the most life-changing experience I've ever had.
Why was it so life-changing?
I stayed at a Kundalini retreat center, like in this old finca. I didn't know anybody. I went to like the beach every day. I had like an Ibiza romance. I just like had this
moment where
I was like, wait a second. I had just like got out of a really shitty relationship. I was about to start like really go in on holisticism. I'd started it a couple months before, and I was like, this is what I want my life to feel like. I want to feel good. I don't want to feel bad. Like that's how I've spent so much of my time, like feeling upset and sad. And like, I can feel good and I can do like when I trust myself, like, look at what can happen. And it was incredible. Also, strongly recommend Ibiza or Mallorca if you ever want to go somewhere just like so beautiful and beachy and relaxing and gorgeous. They're really fun islands to visit.
Good to know.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Oh my gosh, beautiful roses. I'm throwing roses, 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 roses.
Do you have any summer read recommendations?
Yeah.
For the people.
I have just barely gotten into Colleen Hoover for the first time. Have you guys read any of her books?
It Ends With Us, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just the type of person that when I read, I want it to feel like easy and like I like it to feel like a detachment from like having to think.
Right.
So they're not like these like intense
intellectual
literature. Yeah. But they like run you over like a truck in a good way and a bad way. I don't know. They're just so emotional. They're like the most heavy, but like amazing books I've ever read. So anything I've read, like at this point, I feel like I've read like 6 or 7 of her books.
Wow.
And they've all been really different, but they all have like this underlying like love, drama, heaviness that like you never really think about, but it feels kind of like good to like expand that way emotionally. I don't know. They've been very expansive for me.
She has like 5 books on the top 10
Yes.
bestsellers list right now. It's
Also
like all
trending
going
on
over.
Book Talk, I believe.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I like hate to be obsessed with her because I'm like, she's so the thing right now, but there's a reason.
Who
There's a
cares?
reason that she's the thing. Yeah.
I get that as like a rebel archetype of like, if everyone likes it, I don't want to like
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm also like coming around to it now where I'm like, if everyone likes it, like, cool.
Sometimes
I want
it's
to
good.
I want to
Reason.
be able to have a conversation with other people. Like, it must not be that bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's your next travel destination?
I don't have any trips planned until Hawaii in September. I'm sure I'll go somewhere, but this is my first summer in a long time. I haven't had anything planned and I'm actually really excited because I feel like Utah in the summer is like the best.
Yeah.
The best
So
weather.
pretty.
It's so beautiful.
So nice.
And so I'm like, I'm just excited to feel like I'm on vacation all summer while like being home. That's like my intention. So
Oh,
Yeah, you should get Resort Pass. Have you heard of this?
oh yes.
no.
Resort Pass is
It's
sick.
it's like Class Pass, but for pools and spas.
At hotels.
Yeah, at hotels, so you can like get in and
Oh
stay
my
at a pool,
gosh.
the pool all day long. I'm gonna get it because we live in LA and I don't have a pool, and it gets so hot during
Yeah.
the summer, and we're on the east side, so we're not by the ocean, and I'm very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. I'm signing up immediately.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely your vibe. You're like, wait a second.
I just saw the wheels turning in your head. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be by the beach, by the pool every single day. That sounds incredible. Oh, Kinzie, this was so great. Thanks for
was
like
so
giving us
good.
all your deets. And where can people find you?
I show up a lot on Instagram,
You
so it's just Kinzie Madsen on Instagram.
Yeah, and you can live vicariously through Kinzie's travels by watching your stories because they're so good. You're like one of my favorite people to follow on IG.
Aww, that means a lot.
We also got to get the links to all your things. The weighted
Oh, yeah.
blanket.
Yeah.
I know. I want to know which weighted blanket this is because you sound like you know what you're talking about.
I don't know though. I've used multiple weighted blankets and they're all fine. You just have to get the heaviest. You got to get like the very heaviest
Right.
for it to actually work, or it just feels annoying like it's just a heavy blanket.
Right. You need one that like if your dog was under it, you'd be worried for their health. Like
Yeah.
it's too heavy for you.
Exactly.
Good For You is produced by yours truly, Wallace Miller Blanchard. Our theme song is by Parallel Dance Ensemble, and our wonderful editing is done by Softer Sound Studio, who you can find more information about at the link in our show notes.